Well, we're going to start with the 2014 Kia Optima SXL. This is basically the best of the best when it comes to mid-size sedans, with all that you get, the value that you get in the vehicle, getting the most for your money. You have panoramic sunroof, you have heated and cooled seats in here, you have navigation, heated rear seats as well. Turbo, you have fuel efficiency, you also get the warranty that comes along with this. From start to finish, you have value beyond belief when it comes to this segment of vehicle. I lost track of my with the black, the stitching in here, the Alcantara suede headliner that's available in this vehicle as well. All the value that you're going to get and the features, the looks that you get from this vehicle with the chrome wheels, the trim on the outside, you are definitely going to turn heads no matter where you are, whether you're driving on the highway or you're driving through city streets. This is a vehicle that will definitely get you noticed if that is something that you're looking to do. This will compete with any BMW, Mercedes as far as looks. It has a European styling to it. It was actually designed by a former Audi designer he's the former designer for Audi, and it came over to Kia a few years back, so that's why you've seen the gradual change in designs. This basically is going to give you everything that you need. So from here you're going to find everything is pretty basically laid out. It's pretty open, easy to get to anything that you need to get to. You have clear containers for everything under the hood, so it's easy to see what needs to be filled, what doesn't need to be filled if you're that type of person that likes to get under the hood yourself. You have sound deadening for the engine here. You're only going to find an oil stick. There's no transmission stick. There's a sealed transmission, so it's less maintenance, less odds of actually getting into something and having debris fall into your transmission. So it's easy to get to that. You have your oil filters right down in front here if you'd like to do your own oil changes. It's easy to get to. It's actually at arm's length underneath. You have your battery, your air box here. Comes up from up top so you get less debris from going from underneath, and then you have your fuses are here. Diagnostics are easy to get to if you have a diagnostic machine at home. Some people do, most people don't. So just to plug in here, but everything is pretty easy to actually see what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. Now this particular vehicle, and basically consistent with every Kia, you have crumple zones in here that are built in. This is also has water-filled motor mounts, so it's designed to, if you get into a front crash, drop the engine, shoot it out the passenger wheel well instead of pushing it back into your legs. It's designed to make sure that the cabin stays intact to keep whatever's outside out and whatever's in safe. This is designed to TP itself to keep debris from going through the windshield, as well as keeping things from actually going through and hitting people in the face. So you don't have to worry about that. Now these headlights here, this is Lexan here. This is the same material that they use for aircraft windows. So it's actually pretty durable for rock chips to deflect things like that. So you don't have that cracking and worrying about if things are actually going to be going through and cracking up your windshield and having to replace all that. Now also in front of here you're going to find an LED running strip. It's a daytime running strip. You'll find that more common in higher end vehicles. And for this vehicle here, it's actually pretty bright, and it looks pretty cool actually coming down the road. So you have that in place. Now new for 2014. New for 2014 is you have the 4-cluster fog lights on the 2014 SXL. It's actually a great look. You have the chrome trim there. It gives it a nice sharp feel to it. But then we'll move around from here. And we'll go along here where you have the chrome wheels, chrome 18-inch alloy wheels. You have the red calipers here signifying that it is an XXL trim level. Now on the back side of here, and actually even under here, there are little small vents that actually help cool the brake pads, so you don't have to worry about your brake pads overheating while you're actually driving through. The wheel is actually designed to make sure that the brakes keep cool as well as the sharp finish with the chrome there. You have chrome trim along the sides, chrome on here. This actually has a chrome package, so it has the chrome mirrors as well. So you have chrome along there. Now if you move along to the inside over here, you'll find with this one here, you have the diamond pattern on the doors as well as on the seats. The heated and cooled front seats are on this particular package. You also have navigation, has UVO e-services, which offers quite a bit as far as information that you can actually do diagnostics on the vehicle. Dual climate control for driver and passenger are available on this one as well. You have the electronic parking brake. This one has basically any and everything that you will possibly want on a vehicle, with the exception of driving for you. Now you're moving from here, you have in the back here, you have your heated seats. There's a button on the outside door. There's vents in the middle on the back side of the console to help things cool off or heat up faster in the back, so you don't have to worry about pointing actual vents from the front to the back and trying to cool everybody off. Everybody can be comfortable while driving along. You have the second row here, it's a panoramic sunroof, so there is a skylight over the second row. It doesn't actually open up for the glass, but you do have that available feature, and it actually driving through city streets and even driving through, like if you're out in the country somewhere driving through the roads, that Sunday drive, it makes for a great view for everybody in the car. Back here on the back side here, you'll find your dual exhaust. This one does have the backup camera here, and it has backup sensors. Goes out at 45-degree angle from the side of the vehicle. The closer you get, the faster it will beep. Then you have, on moving your way inside, you have your trunk release or your 60-40 split for the back seat. You have your trunk release here where you can actually pull this and push straight through if you have something a little bit longer that you want to get into the trunk. Now if you have somebody that gets stuck in the back of the vehicle, you do have this safety release here, and it actually glows in the dark. We have had, I'm sure you've seen, there's been reports of kids getting stuck in the back of cars on hot days and things like that. This is to prevent that from happening, so the child can actually get out if they are playing around the vehicle, and they can get out of the vehicle if something does happen. This particular vehicle also has the cargo net back here, which comes in handy. You don't have things sliding all around your trunk there. Dual exhaust, you have the chrome finish here again. You have the rear diffuser, which actually helps. I mean, it's more of an aesthetic thing, but it does help as far as wind drag a little bit. So you have that in place. Then moving around here, we'll get up to the driver's seat. Now the driver's seat here, on here you're going to find power folding mirrors. So you can have that in place, and you can actually have it where when you lock the vehicle, it'll automatically fold the mirrors in. But in here, you'll see an indicator. It blinks orange if it's a blind spot detector. So if somebody was coming up in your blind spot while you're driving, you'll see that actually blink. And then you have this here where you have two different settings for driver and passenger, two different drivers can actually be set for memory seat, and it actually sets your mirrors as well. Now moving inside, you have your Bluetooth with your audio controls are here. You have voice recognition, which you can use for your radio. You can use for making phone calls if you have contacts and you want to have somebody called, or you want to change the radio station or a specific song that you want played. You can use your voice recognition here. You have your cruise set over here, and then you have driver mode. There's three different modes. There's sport, there's comfort, and then there's normal. Normal, your everyday driving type of driving. Then you have the sport if you want to be more where you're going around curvy roads, you want to have the suspension tightened up. The sport mode actually comes in pretty handy. And then you also have the comfort mode, which is more usable on like longer road trips and things like that. Gives a little bit of a softer ride. So you have that in place there. Automatic headlights are here. You have your fog lights that are there. This also has heated steering wheel. This is your blind spot detector. All these things you can be turned on here. Then you have your electronic stability control. What your electronic stability control is designed to do, if it senses that any one of the four wheels is spinning without getting grip, it'll first slow the wheel down and then eventually stop the wheel completely, just to make sure you don't go spinning out of control. It's a safety feature that's on every single time you turn the vehicle on. The only time you really ever want to turn it off is say you're in deeper snow or deeper mud and you want to have the wheels spin to get grip out of whatever you're in. But every time you turn the vehicle back on, it's automatically on as a safety precaution. So you have that in place there. Your wipers are pretty standard as far as this goes. But then you're moving into here where you have the 6-speed automatic transmission. You do have the Sportmatic mode once you put it into drive with the plus and minus. That way you can be more in control of when it's shifting. It's like having a manual but without a clutch. It does come in, it's a pretty fun feature to use if you're just tooling through and going around curvy roads and you want to be in control of things. It's a lot of fun to actually get behind the wheel and play with that. So this particular vehicle has your HomeLink mirror. You can program up to 3 garage doors for this. It's an auto dimming mirror with the compass as well, so that way you don't have to worry about having garage door openers hanging from your visor or anything like that and missing anything. You can just program up to 3 garage doors on here. But other than that, this is pretty much the rundown as far as this vehicle goes. We'll be going on to different vehicles. This is just the beginning of where we're going to start with this. So hopefully we'll have you come in. If you have any questions about this, or give us a call. Prestige Auto, our main number, 715-833-0177. You can get a hold of anyone here. We're pretty knowledgeable as a group, so hopefully we'll see you soon.